So last night I watched a movie and I was really just tired not to do this review, and I was just like, fuck it, I'll just do this review in the morning of a movie I literally rented on Amazon for 74 cents. And like 74 cents is not like a big loss. So it's one of those I got what I paid for kind of movies. But hold up. It's not a bad movie. It's actually kind of interesting. Is it predictable? Yeah. Is it like, I feel like the writing isn't, yeah, it's a low budget movie. But I still had fun. And sometimes you just want a movie to be fun. And for 75, and as long as I had fun, like, like I rented this movie and I was like, as long as I have fun, that's all that matters. And you know what? I had fun. Is it going to be a groundbreaking film? No. Is it going to be on my top 10? Probably not. But did I like it? Yeah, I really did. The movie in question is called The Waves of Madness. The Waves of Madness is a homage to the stories of Cthulhu, the side-scrolling games of classic arcade, also references to like Resident Evil and Silent Hill, and also the Universal Monsters. So in other words, this movie was for me. This movie was like tailor-made for me. So how can I not hate it? Like, how can I not love it, right? So the story is that a cruise liner goes dark after a cult overtakes it and kills everyone on board. This leads to a single agent by the name of Legrasse going on board to recover anything of note on the boat. However, he encounters a woman named Frances who has a backstory of her own, and the two discover Lovecraftian nightmares, Russian soldiers, and other things, shall we say. The movie, now the big thing with this movie I've been kind of burying the lead on is that this movie is shot like a side-scrolling video game. It's literally like everything you see is from the side view. So that's gonna, if that takes you out, that's gonna, it's obviously made like that. You can clearly see from the character designs that like Legrasse, aside from the eye patch, was clearly designed to be like Chris Redfield or Leon S. Kennedy. I would not be shocked if they took a little for Frances's character off of Jill Valentine. And yeah, there are clear references to like Resident Evil, Silent Hill, like how they set this game up, how I almost called it a video game because it could easily work as one. This movie, there's clearly cutaway scenes in between that are like literally cutaway scenes like you would see in a video game that would progress the story even more. Yeah. Now, the effects in the film are pretty low budget. And in fact, this movie is like it barely gets to an hour and 8 minutes. But yeah. Even the movie itself, the after credit scene actually adds 10 minutes. Like a mid-credit scene adds 10 minutes. The main movie itself is barely 50 minutes. Again, that's not a knock on it. Sometimes it takes a lot to make a film. And this movie knew it needed a gimmick. And the side-scrolling thing is the gimmick. And I think they do it well. Like, I also like how they use the low budget for the Eldritch Nightmares of just a bunch of waving hands and tentacles. It looks like something that would just like, it looks unsettling. And especially that's shot in black and white. Again, that was also another thing. It was supposed to be a reference to the classic Universal Monsters. Yeah, so the black and white helps. I also like, because of its low budget, there's an aesthetic to it. Like, the backgrounds all look like a video game, like early PS2 video game, or PS1, I should say. The acting is, but for something like this, I accept it. There's just fun here. Like, this was a passion project, and I will always appreciate a passion project over anything else, as long as there's, like, legit heart to this. And it really does feel like Jason Trost, who was the creator of this film and played Legrasse, this felt like a passion project. There are some minor things here and there. Like, you kind of figure out what Frances's backstory is real fast. And also, Legrasse pistol goes from single shot to semi-auto to full auto multiple times without reloading. I mean, then he just says, "I'm out of bullets," and just throws the gun away. Like, no one reloads in this, like in a video game. again, like you could just easily say, oh, that was video game logic right there. So, yeah, I enjoyed it. I just did that one thing with the pistol. I was like, so wait, hang on. It went from one shot to no auto to semi-auto to full auto at the end. I'm like, pick a lane here, guys. Like, you could have said, like, I'm switching to auto or something. No, that just happens. He just starts wildly shooting the gun. Also, the mid-credit scene that builds up to another movie, which, with these indie studios, it's always hard, so I imagine it's gonna be have some backers like this movie had. That's not a knock, it's just I understand how industry works. But I was kind of hoping, like, how they build up this there was this scene in the film where in this mid-credit scene where basically LaGrasse is in this cemetery and like he's looking for a doctor who's experimenting on dead people, and I'm like, oh, it's got to be Herbert West. Like, it has to be Herbert West, right? Like, he's gonna go meet Herbert West. It's a doctor meeting, taking dead flesh. It's Herbert West. This is Lovecraft. And wouldn't it have been so great? Like, I was also hoping not only was it Herbert West, I was really hoping it was Jeffrey Combs. Technically speaking, Herbert West is a public domain character. So, he could easily be, you could get, like, Jeffrey Combs, like, like, that probably where all the budget went was to get a Jeffrey Combs cameo role, and I would have been fine with it, but no, it's a character called Dr. Stoker, but we do get a mention of, like, a reference to R'lyeh, or at least what I think is R'lyeh, which is the home city, the kingdom of Cthulhu. So yeah, do I recommend The Waves of Madness? Yeah! Like I said, if you love Universal monster movies, if you love the Cthulhu mythos, if you love Resident Evil and Silent Hill and a little bit of Until Dawn and Dead Space, this is for you. I love the side-scrolling is a little, like, it gets a little cheap at points, but it's a cool gimmick, and there's clearly a lot of love here. Like, this is something you would see in an early YouTube, like a YouTube fan project in the 2000s. Anyway, I recommend it. I really enjoyed it. And like I said, if it's still on rental, it's like less than $1. You're not losing much. Anyway, so there you go, guys. That's my review of The Waves of Madness. Just if you guys saw it, comment below, let me know what you guys thought of it. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.